Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a trade breakdown of a signal I sent this week to our VIP group and exactly the trade strategy I used to catch the trade and how I got my entry and exactly where I put my TPs and all of that in the signal. So you guys are going to get a full breakdown of exactly what my thoughts were in the trade and exactly where or what I need to enter the trade and exactly how I use what to enter the trade. So you guys will be finding out exactly how or what I look for in a trade to actually take it and what trades are worthy of me actually sending a signal that you guys will obviously catch if you guys are in the signal groups and anything like that. So if you guys are wondering why I haven't been making YouTube videos lately, it's because I've been busy with a course. So if you guys would be interested in taking my course, then just let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, hit me up anywhere on the socials, and you guys can get access to that. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. So first of all, with US30, so as you guys can imagine, the market was over here. We didn't have these candles over here, and the market was right over here. So what I wanted to see, I wanted to obviously identify support and resistance zones. So what I did was I looked back and I saw that there was a key resistance zone over here and some nice support over here. So what did I do? I just jotted out the resistance that was chilling up over here, just like that, as you guys can see. And then there you'll obviously jot down your support. So then we'll go down to the lower time frame, and obviously after that we've identified now the support and resistance, and we found a resistance over there. And from what we can tell from the weekly, it's basically just a continuation. So we wanted to go bullish. Okay, so then we're going to go down to, I would say, the 1 hour. We go down to the 1 hour and we actually check, okay, how are we actually going to catch this trade. So before I start, I want to show you guys an example of what the trade looked like when I sent it to the group. Okay, people normally ask me, what broker do I use? So recently I partnered with AvaTrade. They are registered with the FSCA with the FSP number 45984, and the best thing is, if you guys sign up and trade right now, you guys will stand a chance to win 2 Grand Prix tickets to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at the end of the year. So if you guys are Formula 1 fans and you guys know how to trade, get in right now. This is your opportunity. So sign up with the link in the description today and start trading. Okay guys, so this is basically the signal that I sent in the groups. Obviously they had a little bit more info in the group and whatever like that, but this is basically the outline of what I sent to them. And I was basically just waiting for US30 to break this support zone over here, oh sorry, break this resistance, turn it into support, and then carry on going bullish, as you guys can see, because that was that big resistance zone that we obviously jotted out just a second ago on the daily. So US30 was chilling over there, and I obviously wanted US30 to break above it and then come for a retest to carry on going bullish. The way I identified my TPs as well was just looking left. So as you guys can see, there's a high over there, so it aligns nicely with TP1. That will be a TP1. And then TP2, as you guys can see, there's another high over there, so that will be a TP2. So that was our TP1, TP2, and TP3 was very, very far, and it was kind of just in the middle of nowhere. But TP1 and TP2 are the most important. So obviously this was before it even broke towards the upside and even gave me a reason to go bullish on this trade after retests. One other thing I used before getting into this trade was, obviously I was waiting for the trade to happen. I sent the signal waiting for the trade, and this was the most important part of the trade, which actually showed me exactly where to enter the trade and where to ride it up until. So let's get to that. Okay, so now we're back and we're on the 1 hour, and as you guys can see, US30 broke above this resistance zone over here and is now gonna turn it into support. But we need to identify where exactly we need to enter this trade. So that's where the Fibonacci comes in. And if you guys don't know how to use the Fibonacci, check the link in the description. It's going to take you to another video where I explain exactly how to use and master the Fibonacci. So check that out if you guys don't know how to use the Fibonacci yet. Okay, so I identified the low and I found the high, and I obviously expanded the Fibonacci. And as you guys can see, the 61.8 lined up nicely, especially with this trend line, which is not really important for this trade, but the trend line was just there for a little extra confluence. But as you guys can see over here, the 61.8 lines up nicely with the support block. So if a support block obviously lines up with the 61.8, it's a higher probability trade because the probability of the market actually moving towards that level is very high because you have a support or resistance level that's been touched many times and is acting as a strong level, and you have the 61.8 of the Fibonacci chilling right there, showing you exactly where you should enter the trade, because obviously we get our entries based off the 61.8 and the 78.6, but in this instance the 61.8 lined up perfectly with a support block, so we went with that. That was our entry. So as you guys can see, we got our entry on the 61.8 and we just expanded the TP1 and the TP2. So I'm going to show you exactly how I got this again on the market and show you guys exactly where you should place the Fibonacci to find exactly how to get into this trade. So let's get onto the chart and I'll show you guys exactly how the trade went. Okay, so now that we're back on the chart, you guys can see exactly. Okay, so we identified where the support and resistance blocks was on the daily. So now you guys can see that US30 is basically chilling by the support slash resistance block. And right now we are focusing on this area because US30 is still yet to make this move. As we can see from the previous screenshot, we had the Fibonacci in there, which I will get to in a second, but I just want you guys to focus on the support and resistance block especially. So as you guys can see, I tried to break above there, come back, and it came to retest there. What we obviously waited for was for it to break above this high. We wanted to break above this high and then obviously a retest to come back onto that high to catch the entry. So what did we do? Okay, we saw the support and resistance. It broke above the resistance block and is now going to turn it into support. But how can we identify where exactly it's going to come and retest, turn it into support so we can catch an entry to try and go bullish on that trade? So if you guys have obviously watched the previous video on how to use the Fibonacci is the best tool to use to get an entry. So for example, we're going to take it from this low to that high. And what do you guys see? As you guys can see over here, the 61.8 lines up with that support and resistance block as I was telling you guys. Okay, and the photo was a bit more perfect. I had a little bit more drag down, but you guys get the picture. You guys can see that the 61.8 lines up well with the resistance that has been broken, that is going to be turned into support by the market. You guys can see that it lines up perfectly with that order block. So all you guys have to wait for is just for it to hit that 61.8 and go up. And that's exactly the trade that I sent to the group this week. So that's how you guys can identify exactly how to catch good moves like that on US30. I mean, 2,700 pips. So what did I do? I just waited for the market to come to the 61.8 and that was exactly my entry. I had my stop loss past the 78.6 because obviously this was a bigger trade, so I could use the 78.6 as basically where I want to get out of the trade because it's obviously gone too much. So it was about 2,700 pips that we caught in the group in our VIP Telegram, and that was basically it. So as you guys can see, we also want to identify where exactly to get out of the trade. So we identified how to get into the trade using the Fibonacci and support and resistance, but now we want to identify where to get out of the trade. So how did I get out of this trade banking 2,700 pips and basically not letting the market come and eat all of that profit away? So for example, what you want to do is you want to look for different levels. Okay, so you have the Fibonacci lining up, all right, and now you want to target previous highs. So there's previous highs that have been made on the chart, and you guys want to target those areas. So what I would do is basically just look back, and just take your, what is this, the horizontal ray? Yeah, take your horizontal ray and just look at the last highs. So here we can identify here was the last spot where the market came and touched, and those are the next highs after these were broken. It broke obviously this high. The next highs we want to target is those because the market made those and the market needs to go back to that level. So there's a high. Obviously we can use that for TP. That will be TP1. Then we will get our TP2. Our TP2 will be somewhere over here. You guys can obviously use it a little bit lower, wherever. So that will be our TP2. And that's how we identified exactly where to trade up until with this trade. So for example, if you guys use that TP2, let's just take the Fibonacci out. You guys understand exactly how we got this entry, so we can take the Fibonacci away. But then you guys can see, if you guys just trade to the TP2, the market told you exactly where to get out of the trade. So just trade to TP2 and you guys can see that's almost about 3,000 pips. So that's exactly how we caught this 2,700 pip trade in the week. And I mean, it was crazy. I sent it to the group and the guys just banked immediately. I mean, I think in the first 5-10 minutes we were already 1,000 pips up, so it just hit that level and immediately just boomed from there. So yeah, it was a crazy trade this week. Yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys how exactly we caught that trade. But hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and peace.
Your heart is pounding. The adrenaline is coursing through your veins. This is the moment that could change everything. Cut out the noise. Temper your emotions. A clear mind. A supportive team. That is confidence.
Download Arbitrate Go and accelerate your success.